a forest that people don't come back from.
Okay, you asked about the people come back from the wilds all the time.
Yeah, there's also a lot of people that don't.
I came out of the wilds.
Case in point.
Okay, so
Something got left in the
about the
wild.
bird.
Well,
you asked about the fire
all
sprites.
of you.
Yeah,
Follow
but
bird,
he's not
follow-
asking her these questions. He's making a statement of this. Basically, to Nick, this all sounds like a load of bullshit in a wild goose chase. He's being told to follow a bird into the forest
Oh,
to
and,
find moss.
and when she says,
Think about this as somebody who doesn't believe in any of this and doesn't know what's going on in the background. Nick is just sitting here like,
Deirdre looks right at her, and this is a big deal for Deirdre because she does not like the Omar. She looks at her and she goes, so we follow. She's ignoring you guys. So we follow the raven to the campsite. At the campsite, we dump this stinky, terrible smelling bag into boiling water to attract the fire sprites. We follow the fire sprites to the grotto and destroy the guardian. We collect the shadow moss. We come back.
And don't forget, we have to feed the raven every hour of the enchantment.
Okay.
trust these tits. This is ridiculous.
Let's go. Is there anything else we need to know that I need?
Anything else you've conveniently left out?
And she says, no, that is it.
Anything you inconveniently left out?
No, that is
Because that guardian was rather inconvenient.
Says,
A large serpent that we have to deal with.
and
to get the
Deirdre's
shadow
sitting there
off.
going, you really expected. After complaining about going into the wilds because it's dangerous, you really expected to go into the wilds and not have to fight something?
But Nick didn't want to go into the wilds in the first place. Now he really doesn't want to go into the wilds.
Just go and get it over with.
Good
Come
luck. She rests, banging her walking stick against a large rock. The raven caws and takes flight. Follow the raven, she says, pointing a bunny finger towards it. The raven flies south, circling a bit, as if waiting for you. Indeed, Sheriff Mallow says. He drops a voice to whisper and he steps in close to all of you and says, please save my daughter.
Can I do out of character moment?
You just hold your head here when you're doing out of character.
That's too much work. I'm just gonna smack my head and expect you to listen. Anyway, okay, so this is a random aside for lore, and I'm kind of sad Liza's not here because she's like the lore master. But the kind of magic that she's clearly using with the familiar and all that is not circle. Like the circle doesn't. So Nick would have no real knowledge of what's going on.
Yeah, it's chase. Okay, what you had to roll.
It's chase and magic.
The cunning arcane lore. It's an animist ritual. She's
okay,
performing.
which. But I'm making sure that I'm correct in saying that the circle does not use that kind of magic.
No.
I've never seen it used in a Dragon Age game by a circle mage, so that's what I was just wanting to make sure
it's,
that I was correct in thinking
like
that as a Templar, Nick would not be aware that this is a school of magic. Therefore, to him, it's complete and utter bullshit.
Right. It is an animist chase and like shamanistic ritual.
Because I as a player know it exists.
Avar.
Yes, you would be kind of familiar with what's going on, even though you don't know exactly what it is, just because of culturally you know.
But it's one of those things that, like, as a player, we know it exists because Morrigan, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
But for a Circle Templar coming from Starkhaven, which is far, far away from the Kakari Wilds, and all he knows is, like, fairy tales. This is basically like telling him go find, the witch from Hans on Gretel, okay? And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So
Psyche's probably a little aware because she has run into the Chasen being in the wilds for that long, and honestly, she is wearing a Chasen skirt.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that Nick is in character by having no clue what the hell is going on.
Okay.
Which is, again, why he doesn't believe that this bird is going to do anything, because as far as he knows, it's just a freaking bird. It's going to see a rat over there and be like, oh, dinner, and leave us.
Why would it need the rat?
Right,
it has the beetles.
Deirdre is going to give
it's like
you
potato chips versus a steak.
the bag of beetles.
Beetles.
She in her mind, you were not in a bad mood like Psyche, and between the two of you,
not in a bad mood like Psyche.
Between the two of you, you were more likely to be able to feed that raven.
Psyche's in a bad mood. What's Nick?
Well, she was trying to make sure that someone could feed the bird, and she thinks that you're the most viable candidate for that.
Why? Because it's a fucking elven snack?
Yeah.
That too. Alright.
What's cilantro think of all of this?
Boof. Alright. So
nobody ever asked cilantro's opinion.
Do I put in my
equipment
inventory bag of beetles?
you don't have to. Just hold on to it. It doesn't really weigh anything. Alright. So you guys are leaving the village south. Guys, make a perception roll. You're looking.
Wow, Nick is so grumpy that he can't even make a decent perception roll. 7.
Yeah, you can see it.
Nick is just sulking on his horse.
15.
You saw it.
Cilantro has 7, 10.
14.
I just want the.
Yeah, okay, you have to roll a 13.
14.
I rolled 1, 2, 3. Plus 1.
I got a 14.
Okay.
14. Acacia's.
Alright, everyone who rolled a 13 or above, which would be everybody but
What, Nick?
Cilantro and Nick.
What did Cilantro get?
You see Bogdan, the blacksmith.
12.
The surly blacksmith. Remember him?
Cilantro rolled higher than Nick.
As you were leaving the village, you know, those of you who rolled over 13 noticed Bogdan, the surly blacksmith who wanted to kill the elf, the racist guy.
I want to kill him.
He's standing in front of his smithy. He's wearing an apron and holding a hammer. He looks
I
very...
thought that was the guard captain person who wanted to kill the elf.
Both of them did.
Both.
But Bogdan really wanted to kill the elf because he doesn't like
I
him.
hope he
He's a
hits his
racist.
fucking hand with that hammer.
He says, he looks very grim and satisfied because he's pleased to see you leaving. He nods kind of to himself and he glances towards the fort and he goes back inside.
We gave someone the other elf weapon, the non-sick one.
His sister.
Yeah.
Sister.
There's something odd about that blacksmith.
I hope he hits his hand with that fucking hammer.
But we gave a dagger or something.
I don't care about
Oh,
these people,
it's
but wanting
the
to kill only the elves is wrong.
By the time it gets close to noon,
Should we hit him over the head?
by the time it gets close to noon, sheets of rain now pour down on you as you
Oh my god!
There's no lightning, right? It's just
No,
raining.
just rain.
At this
Okay.
point,
It's
since they've left the village, Nick has not said a word. He has sat there with this sour look on his face, and then it starts raining, and
It's been raining all morning.
his hair is sticking to his face and his armor, and he looks like the most miserable
You're not in the
man.
wilds yet, though. You're on road.
Yet.
Alright.
At least we're on horses. We're not walking.
Did you?
Like, if anybody tries to strike up conversation with him, he will just not even talk. He's just gonna be like,
Sheets of rain now pound you as you crest a final hill in the dim haze of the shrouded noon sun. You can see the Sundran River below and the Kokari Wilds beyond. Unfortunately, the hillside amounts to a steep bluff and is littered with loose rocks half buried in the muck. What do you do?
what do
What?
we do?
What do you do?
Sorry, I was just not paying attention because I'm too busy sulking about how much I hate this.
Well, you guys have a map.
Does anyone know what? Does anyone see the raven?
The raven, you've been following the raven. The raven is flying at your pace.
Because it's raining so much, we wouldn't be able to see it otherwise. It might as well
And
be
we've
sitting
been
on one of the
feeding-
horses.
The raven a beetle every hour.
This one has to be fed every hour.
Why?
Then
She said why?
Nick wasn't paying attention.
To keep the enchantment.
Going.
Oh.
If we
Some
don't,
more ball ice, okay.
if we don't, we'll lose. We'll get lost.
Assuming we don't get lost anyway.
Well, we're going into the wilds.
Okay.
We're heading
so,
south. So we just
there's a big bluff. You have to get down the bluff somehow without hurting yourself or your horses.
Can we go around the bluff?
No, because it's just the bluff.
Is there
Is there stairs anywhere?
Is there a
Sometimes there's
path?
stairs.
Safe path?
You guys have a map!
Look at the map. Who has the map?
Acacia's has the
Acacia's
map.
has the map.
Why would you
Nick
do
doesn't
that
have the
person
map.
who's not here?
Deirdre, take the map.
What do you do with the map? Acacia's?
Deirdre has the map.
Deirdre takes the map and she's just rolling her eyes. Hey, she made it.
Acacia's just strung out on this lariat.
There's a... She goes, oh, there's a hamlet.
Nick is wondering, can I get some of that?
There's a hamlet about a half mile upriver from us. If you look, you can't see it. If we ride west along this ridge, we should be able to see it.
Let's go.
Lead away. Why can't the Raven lead us to the bluff? Like, isn't that its job?
You should be very happy. Right here is a segment on looting corpses.
Yes!
But pause. She has a point. If this Raven is leading us, why can't it show us how to get down there?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's only leading us in the direction on how to get to that direction.
Well, then it's not a very good guide.
Same, yeah, I agree.
The Raven is basically acting as a compass. Your compass wouldn't tell you how to get down a bluff.
Pause. Anyone need to get food or have food? Go now.
I wonder if that ice cream's solid yet.
It was pretty like liquidy.
Yeah. Poor Acacias.
I'm having to like switch gears mentally though and like get back into Dragon Age and stop being like, can I just force choke everyone? I've been binge playing Old Republic for like 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my first reaction is to like.
But yes, there's a whole section on looting corpses. I love it.
I'm sorry, I'm your problem child.
It's just hard. I can't tell if you're mad in character or out of character.
I get really into character.
Which is why this is important.
It's one of the reasons my GMs, like when we had like competitive tabletop gaming is totally a thing. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But like they were like, we want you like on our team because like you get really into character and that's a good thing. So
yeah, that's what
I'm not upset. But if I sound upset, it's because Nick is upset.
Which is why this is why I was in a game when we developed this. Where
it's a good system to have because I've told you since day one that I will be your problem child because I just play that way.
Yeah.
When Nick is fairly good natured. Up against other characters I've played, Jinx would have just killed everyone. Like, without asking the group, like, so if this was the Dresden Falls game I was playing my character Jinx, when they said, what should we do, she would have killed everyone before they even asked. She would have just walked in, everyone's dead.
Who's dead?
I told Charlie that I'm being her problem child, but Nick is easier to deal with than other characters I've played. One of my other characters, like, when we had the choice of do we let the villagers live or die, she would have killed them before they even asked us. She would have just walked and killed them and looked at the group, right, now what do we do? Because I did that more than once. And
there would have been no.
It drove my GM nuts. He would have to completely rewrite games because I would just go in and kill all the NPCs and then be like, okay, we're ready to move on.
What I may never place in the maze in which I would have erased and
There's not.
So you guys ride west. You guys ride west along the bluff towards Witchford, which is also you had to leave the road to do it. Actually, that might make sense.
Don't stray from the path. It's like rule number one.
Oh, no, you didn't. Okay, it's just you came to the bluffs, and then this map is very crude. In here, it makes no sense. All right, so you're following the road, hoping that it evens out. But the problem is the road is there, but it's still a steep grade when you get to it. So you're going to have to be careful to get down either way. Georgia looks a little embarrassed.
Why?
Because she was hoping it would be easier to get down there, but now it's just difficult. But
hey, Deirdre should be happy though. Nick's not giving her any crap. For like the first time ever.
She is. She's happy about that. And she's not bothered by the rain because she's from
Ferelden.
I'm at
All right.
Psyche watches Acacias to see if he'll fall.
I wish I knew how Acacias were reacting to all this.
Psyche's watching him to see if he'll fall. She thinks it would be funny if he did.
Alright, so you guys get to the edge of the road. It's a steep grade, so you're going to have to make checks to go down it.
Oh, joy.
Alright, so
it's a good thing Nick probably knows. Oh, I don't have any training in it, but in
you
theory,
have
Nick knows what he's doing.
options. You can try and ride your horse down. You can dismount and lead your horse down.
Well, I don't think any of us have any training in like animals or riding animals, so I'm probably gonna dismount.
Dismount.
It'd be animal hand. Let's see if you it says riding a resistant horse on a steep hill.
I will be getting animal handling eventually.
Requires a communication animal handling test, and then you also have to make a riding test. If you dismount and lead the horse, you just have to make the horse and the PC has to make a climbing test to get down.
So either way, I'm fucked.
That's my strength.
I have no climbing or animal handling.
Same.
I only have climb.
Same. So, you know.
I could have had...
But it is easier to dismount and go down, because you just make one check as well.
Yeah, because eventually when we get our next specialty, I'm going to take Chevalier. which will give me animal handling.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, Nick knows how to ride a horse, but Nick probably wouldn't know how to ride a horse down a ravine because it's Stark Haven.
Yeah. Well, would you like to go first and demonstrate to us how much
let Ingrid go first.
Okay. So you're dismounting, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Nick is probably at the back of the
Roll a
party.
dexterity climbing test.
Dexterity. Is it dexterity or strength?
It's going to be dex.
Because my climbing is on strength.
Well, it says a dex climbing test for this.
Okay.
Because you're going down, not up, I guess.
8, 10 plus dexterity, 13.
You made it.
Woo!
All right, you watch her get off her horse, and she just leads that horse down like it's nothing.
Like a boss.
She
like
makes
a
it look
boss.
easy.
And for the first time ever, Deirdre goes,
Not bad.
not bad.
Nick is
How's
so
the weather
grumpy.
up there?
He doesn't even want to impress Deirdre.
Well, Deirdre will try next.
I figured a case should probably
Let's
be next
see,
in line,
dex.
but
Yeah.
like I figured the party order would probably be Ingrid because we're not watching you. You're just traveling with us, as a companion.
And Acacius.
Then Acacius, Psyche, Deirdre,
and
Nick.
Deirdre Nick.
Sandwich in the mages.
Yeah.
And Cilantro's
With
probably
the
just
tank in the
moving
front.
alongside us.
He does move alongside. So I'm just probably like right next to Psyche.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this? Okay, someone help me figure out what this means.
Okay.
Who's all read the book? This is not this book, but the book. PC must make a certain an advantage with a success threshold of 9. Do you have to roll a 9 to not completely wreck yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
But in order to perfectly succeed, you have to reach the target number.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Correct. Yeah, I think a 9 would be you succeed, but like the target number would be like you do it flawlessly.
Yeah. Well,
You got a low.
wait.
To be fair, if she starts
Oh.
falling down the ravine, Nick will react.
She starts leading that range, she slips a little. The horse slips a little. But she manages to make it down with only minor scrapes. She's bleeding like on her arm.
She's fine.
But she makes it down. Yeah, she's fine. She makes it down, but she succeeds.
So.
Well, if Deirdre's gone down, then Nick's gonna have to go down to make sure somebody's watching the mage.
Good luck.
All right, roll me your dexterity climbing test.
Is there a minus if I don't have climbing? I can't remember if
No.
it's like
No.
D&D or not. Okay.
No minus. You
Alright, so it's just
roll.
straight up dex with no bonus.
Straight roll. Because you get negatives for not having it anyway because you don't have it.
What do you got?
14.
No, you make it down flawlessly.
Woo!
Good job, Nick.
Nick always looks, he looks as good as he can soaking wet. But
Unfortunately, Deirdre was not looking. She was busy doing this, wrapping her arm.
he'll make sure she's okay.
I'm fine. Next.
Guess that would be Psyche.
That makes sense in case she was going to hold up the rear.
Let's see, I've got 9, 10, 14.
You make it flawlessly.
Woo!
Down.
Just like goes on flawlessly. I can think of freaking Jamie Lannister, like perfect. Every hair in place.
Oh god.
Soldier doesn't have to worry about it. He's
Ow.
a dog. He's not leading a horse.
Well, he's fine anyway.
The dog.
The dog probably went.
Once we get our Hero Forge figures, we'll need to go and pick up. They make like a Mastiff figure for
Yeah.
like Warhammer. Pick one up for Cilantro.
Oh no!
10.
12.
Okay.
Well,
He does basically about how Deirdre
About like
does.
Deirdre.
He makes it down, but he slips a little. He doesn't get scraped up because he's got armor.
he doesn't get straight.
But he does slip a little, looks a little ungainly doing it, but he doesn't take any damage.
Guys, make sure your
Psyche is dying.
current health is at perfect.
Mine's not. I took a point of damage.
Oh yeah.
But
Hers.
Nick cracks a little half smile watching Acacia stumble.
Psyche is dying.
It's always nice to see them. He kind of gives Psyche that look like hee hee. We're such little shits.
I'm looking away, trying not to laugh.
He also, like I said, he kind of checks on Deirdre and hovers a little.
You notice that the raven didn't follow you, but you can still see the raven. Like, the Raven is like where you guys stopped at the bluff before you went a little bit west to go down the cliff towards Witchford. It's still hanging out there on the other side of the river, but you can see it and just chilling. It's just waiting for you.
Fuck.
They can fly, they can't climb down like we can. Onwards, unless there's something there.
So when you get down there, Witchford is just ahead, just a little bit of ways.
What's Witchford?
Witchford
It's a village.
It's basically the little village at the ford of the river. And as it turns out, it happens to be the best place to ford the river. So lucky you.
Well, that would make sense. You know, it's got it in the name.
Yeah.
Do you wanna?
Ready to move?
Let's go.
Ahead lies Witchford. You'd expect the hamlet to be bustling with activity as hunters and trappers from the outer edge of the Kakari Wilds use a small ferry in Witchford to travel from one bank of the Sundrun to the other. Today, though, there doesn't seem to be any activity beyond the rain feeding the puddles and a few ravens flying through the city to pick at a litter of human corpses.
Yum.
Great.
There's
wonder what's
corpses.
happening
I
here.
will loot them.
Is this the perception roll now?
Upon enter, will you enter the hamlet?
Well,
How does it look like they died?
It looks like they were killed by chastened weaponry.
Okay, let's go.
It's probably the group that we fought.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're friends. If they're lying in wait, we can deal with it.
Yeah. I want to loot the bodies.
Nick is looking at, like, especially at Psyche, like, this looks like a trap.
Alright.
Probably is.
Um,
But I want to see if they have anything.
You know the part chasing witch in the village who was telling us to do all these things. Nick has thought she's in league with the Chasen since minute one.
This little fort is basically like a little village. It's like a hamlet, so there's like one street. You walk in, a road, it's like a plus sign, right? You have the crossroads, the river's right there, and then four corners of buildings. That's pretty much it. It's very small. So when you walk in, you look at the ford and the ferry has been cut. There's no ferry.
Because of course there's not.
Roll, what is it, an intelligence? Intelligence, perception. Perception. Just straight perception.
12.
14.
13.
14. Oh! Cilantro is smart today. 10, 11, 12.
13.
If you got a 12 or above, it seems that the a survivor, when Witchford suffered their Ravager attack, one of the survivors cut the ferry loose to keep them from crossing.
That's inconvenient.
So they cut the ferry loose.
The Ragers were coming from the wilds over, so they cut.
So they cut the ferry loose, so they couldn't go back to the wilds.
So more couldn't come over.
But why would they? But if the ferry was on this side of the river, if the ferry's cut on the side of the river that the hamlet's on, they would be able to cross on the ferry anyway.
As I understand it, I think the raft is like on a rope and it goes back and forth, like a play system.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
Everybody, roll. Okay. That's me. I gotta do that. That was a 1. Oh, nope. She does not get it. Sorry. She fails that test. Everybody, roll initiative.
A what?
Initiative.
Yeah, I knew it. As soon as it everybody roll, we're fucked.
It's not what you think.
Initiative is...
I'm trying to remember what initiative.
I'm blanking out because it's not written on here. I need to just write it. Isn't it just straight up, It seems to me it's like perception.
Yeah, it was I think it was perception.
But I don't remember. Here.
It's perception, right?
I'm looking it up.
Because I have a 14. 16th is perception.
1 second. I'm getting to the combat section.
You know what? I'm gonna roll again for Acacia's because
Roll for you. It's a
And
dex
so on.
test.
Oh, it's Dex. Okay, whoever
Yeah.
reacts quickly. Okay. Dex test.
So 17.
Today is not my day.
Alright, hold on a second. I gotta write y'all down.
No.
Let's see.
14.
Alright.
I'm gonna write that on here.
Alright. Oh, I gotta look for them.
Are you writing down?
Initiative is dex. That way I don't have to look it up every time.
Yeah.
Just making a note on my character sheet. Because a lot of times, like in D&D, there's a slot for initiative because you add some stuff, but there's not one on this, so I can never remember what it is.
Oh, crap.
So
Are we screwed? Yes. Yes, we are.
Not as much as you think.
I know.
Alright.
You know who's not screwed? Nick.
Why would you roll? Okay. Alright, Psyche, what'd you roll?
Nick is screwed.
She rolled a 13.
Alright, what about Cilantro? What did he roll?